Dude, yeah, like what you're saying is, like, I hear you, okay? Because I was there too, and I still get that voice all the time as well. But like, you have to ask yourself this question, I think, and this is what I asked myself, and it's this, like, if I continue ignoring whatever this is deep down inside of me that I'm passionate about, that I know, is like my calling, is it going to be there for the rest of my life, that voice? Can I continue on living the rest of my life? Okay, so what are you're 17, 16 years old, 18. Can I continue living the next, 65, 70 years of my life, ignoring and drowning out that question every single day until, I start to make excuses for myself why I never chose to embrace whatever that calling is? Can I bear looking at myself in the mirror every single day? And people that say yes to that question, whether they want to admit it or not, like at some point 10 years down the line, 15, 20 years down the line, that voice that keeps coming up, that calling deep down inside of them that keeps reoccurring and it keeps popping out, that's greatness inside of you that you need to pull out. It's not meant to be inside of you. It's meant to be projected onto the rest of the world. And the longer you continue to cap it and continue to keep it concealed and a secret from the rest of the world, the more it's just gonna build inside of you until it implodes. And eventually what happens is the people who ignore it end up, they have to find ways to invalidate it. They have to find ways to make excuses for why they didn't do this and that, and then that perpetuates into this bigger issue. And then before you know it, people are giving up on everything, big and small, giving up on marriages, giving up on their kids, giving up on going after a certain promotion, giving up on a career change, giving up on just anything, man, just giving up. And it's because they keep ignoring inside of them what's great. They keep denying the greatness that's built inside of them. Okay. And, and that's where majority of people are in life. Majority of people have given up on whatever it is that they really want to do because, and the root of it comes from people who have told you and told me and told everybody else that in the past that you can't do something. It starts from when we start walking, when we're little kids and we go through school. Teachers been telling us don't do this, don't do that. Your parents have been telling you don't do this, don't do that, be nice, blah blah blah. And like society has been structured to tell you don't do this, don't do that, don't be outspoken, don't give energy, just be average, maintain a lifestyle, don't get out of the bounds, don't get out of the lines. Dude, think about the greatest people in life. Are they any of those things? Are they quiet? Are they shut down? Are they do they think in the box? Or did they challenge whatever the status quo was? Did they go outside of the box with their thinking, with their actions? Were they loud? Were they energetic? Did they get attention? Think about anybody the only reason you know them is because they got attention, right? They didn't conceal that greatness inside of them. They let it out. And not only did they let it out, but they just pushed all their energy into it. All right, and said, you know what, the hell with this, keeping this whatever's inside of me small. Not only am I going to give it permission to come outside of me, but I'm going to project it onto the rest of the world, and I'm going to give all my energy into it, and then that's when it just blows up, right? But that's never going to happen unless you first change your thinking into allowing yourself to be great. Like you have to realize you're either great or you're average. You're either obsessed or you're average. There is no gray line. There is no in between, and you have to first give yourself the permission that, man, I'm going to do it. Like, I'm not going to be afraid. I'm not going to shy away from this anymore, because you don't want to be a loser, man. That's what you become if you keep ignoring the things that are locked inside of you that need to come out. Like, whenever you see an inspirational movie, or you see an athlete do something amazing, or you see those motivational quotes or videos, like if you get tearied up, if you feel something inside of you, that's just kind of like, wow, that's fucking powerful. That's because that is inside of you. That reaction that you're feeling from the film or a show or an event or something, that powerful feeling that you're getting inside of you that like makes you want to get up and get after it. That's because it's already always been inside of you. It's not something that you're getting from the TV or from watching someone do something phenomenal and great. It's because you've always had that inside of you. All right, so you have to look inside, you have to look deep in, and you have to say, you know what, man, the hell with it. I'm just gonna go after it. Not only am I gonna go after it, but I'm gonna like take this thing, and I'm gonna put everything. I'm gonna pour myself. I'm gonna be obsessed over it, and I'm gonna get after it. Okay, so that's what you have to do. First it starts with giving yourself permission to do that. It starts with drowning out the noise outside of you, the people around you. They're going to be your biggest critics, your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, your friends. Like, you're going to find out really quickly who is going to be, like, who needs to be around you and who you need to drown out, because it's oftentimes the closest people around you that are going to be the biggest deterrent. They're going to be the biggest ones they're going to be the first ones, not because they don't love you, right? Not because they don't love you, they don't care for you, but a lot of times, especially with moms and dads and everything, is because they want to protect you. They want to keep you away from, what could be in their imagination, because they've been raised that way from their parents, from your grandparents. They've been raised to think, just be quiet, just get by, be happy with what you got. Don't make too much noise, relax, just get a nice little job and get married. Like, dude, if you want that life, fine. But if you want to do just stupid, amazing things, like, you need to make noise. You need to get attention, and you need to let go of all those voices inside of you and all those factors and external voices around you that are telling you to just to lay low, man. Like, fuck no, you don't want to live that life, because, dude, no one's gonna know you were here when you leave. That's my biggest fear. I don't want to come through life. I don't want to die, go on living the rest of my life, and nobody knew I was here. Like, for me, that will put me in tears just thinking about that. To know that I lived 85 years, 90 years, 100 years on this earth, and I didn't contribute a single thing. I might as well never have existed or been here. No one knows who Beau was. No one knows. I didn't do any charity. I didn't change the world for the better. I didn't help inspire people. I didn't leave behind something for not only for my family, my kids and everything, but just for billions of people around the world. I want to do all of that stuff. I want to change the world, all right, for the better. And the only way I'm going to do that, do you think I'm going to do that just being quiet and, like, keeping thoughts and ideas and opinions to myself and just going under the radar through life? No, man, you got to make waves, okay? And you got to give yourself permission that you can live that life, and you will once you give yourself permission. But you have to follow it up with action as well. Like, it's one thing just to want to be motivated after watching something, and it's another thing to just, once the feeling of the motivation's gone, to just keep going out, to keep doing it. You have to build the muscle, you have to build the habit, and you have to get disciplined. But you have to, more importantly than anything else, you have to get obsessed over whatever it is. Like, I mean, unhealthily obsessed. Like, you need people around you telling you, you need to calm down, man. Like, you're getting crazy. You need people around you telling you you're working too hard. You need people around you telling you that you're doing too much. Maybe you should relax. You need people telling you, dude, it's Sunday. Relax, man. Dude, you're not Jesus Christ. Okay, you didn't create the planet in 6 days, and the heavens and the oceans and the space and the star. You don't deserve rest on Sundays. Okay, you need to be working. Especially now in our age, you're 18 to 25, 30. Like, we need to be working now. I don't want to be rich and happy and healthy when I'm 70 years old. All right. I want to enjoy those when I'm 30, 40, 50. Okay. So, but you have to do, what I found, honestly, this is it. Like, and this is the best advice I can give. Whatever people are doing, whatever majority of people are doing in any area of space, of life, whatever majority of people are thinking, believing, and doing, you need to figure out how you can do the opposite. Okay? What do majority of people do in my age group? What do majority of people do? They get a house loan. They start getting serious and getting married. They go out on, if they're not those, they're going out on the weekend. They're living paycheck to paycheck. They're mentally checking out of work on Friday, and then they're partying Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday they're broke, Monday they hate their lives. Okay, I don't want to do any of that. So what do I have to do? What's the opposite of that? Working Monday through Sunday. All right, maintaining a healthy lifestyle, putting myself first. Yes, I'm selfish, and yes, you should be selfish too. When you're in your 20s, you should be selfish. All right, I've gotten loads of advice from very wealthy, influential, and like older people who have said, if I were to do it again, I would have been completely selfish through my 20s and 30s and just worked. Okay, because there's getting married at 25, 20. Like if you really love someone and that's like your partner, sure, go do that. Don't do something just because you feel like society's telling you to do it, though. You don't need to get a house. You don't need to get married at 25, all right? Because all you're going to end up with is probably just an unhappy marriage and, a mortgage that you have to pay off, and you're never going to get money out of it, and it's just going to be downward spiral. And so what I'm saying is, don't listen to don't copy what other people are doing just because it seems like the right thing to do. If I were to go back, I wouldn't have went to uni. The only reason I went to uni mainly was because of my mom and because no one in my family had been to uni, so I wanted to set an example. But does that mean I'm going to make my kids go to uni? I don't know. I don't think so, though. As far as I can tell right now, I don't think so. But yeah, so what are the opposites that you need to do in your group at your age? Like, what are you doing? What are people doing? They're probably doing the same thing as I'm doing: drinking, going out, smoking weed, spending their money on stupid shit. Like, you don't need to do the opposite, man. Like, do the opposite of what they're doing. Learn about money. Learn about how to save money. Learn about how to invest money. Learn how to make it, how to keep it. Okay, most people can't even do that. And then nobody knows how to grow it. How do you make money grow? How do you invest money? And I'm not talking about the stock market. How do I learn how to do those things? How do I differentiate myself? What kind of books can I read? What kind of positive people, especially if you're younger, like, you're probably not going to have a lot of people around your age that are thinking like this. So you need to make friends that are older. I have friends, mentors that are 50, 40 years old. All right, so I don't always just hang around people my age, because people my age mostly, well, I'm fortunate. I've kind of found people now who are, but when you're 18, 19, 20, like, most people aren't going to be thinking about any of this. So you probably need to look upward at people and find people around you that are positive. All right, and when you start thinking like this, you're gonna attract people in your life that do also think positively about their futures, about changing the world. All right, but you need to know really quickly, like, dude, there's a few key things you can say in my conversation if I meet you for the first time. There, like, if you say things like, "Oh man, I can't wait for the weekend. Oh man, I went out this weekend. Oh man, I'm so hungover. Oh dude, yeah, this new, the new Defective concert's coming up." Like, or you say shit like that to me, doesn't mean I'm not gonna like you. Doesn't mean I'm not gonna be like, I won't hold you as a friend. But it tells me, like, the language you're speaking when you're talking about going to these concerts and clubs and drinking and blah, 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 tells me that we're just, like, we're not going to hit it off. You're not trying to get to where I'm trying to get to, all right? And I value my time so much that I know I can't spend my time with this person at this point in their life, because their mindset is not where my mindset's at, and all it's going to do is veer me off the path that I'm trying to stay on and that I'm trying to get on and I'm trying to get to. So, you'll start to figure that stuff out for yourself. But first, drown out the noise around you. Give yourself permission to be great, because you are great. You're not born to be average. You're born to be great. And then start working. Dude, start working. Don't think that you deserve time off. Alexander the Great was 16 years old when he conquered the world. Okay? There's been historical people who were doing 10 times the amount that I've done, that you've done, that people our age have done. At half my age, at your age, right? So 18, 19, there's people that have done massive things in history, all right? So, this whole, like, oh, you should enjoy your 20s. Who made that shit up, man? People made that up. Nobody made that up. No one smarter than you made that up. You should be enjoying yourself at 20. You should be relaxing, partying. Dude, that's such shit. No, you shouldn't. You should be getting to it, is what you should be doing, all right? So that's it.